The 88th Academy Awards just went down, and now everybody is talking about something that has been ongoing for years, and especially leading up to this ceremony. Will Leonardo DiCaprio finally get an Oscar? And you know what? Finally, after 6 nominations, the answer is yes. Leo won Best Actor for his role in The Revenant, and he was excited. He could barely contain himself. It was actually very adorable. This is especially welcoming after the years culminating in several memes and just about how he's so thirsty, about how he's never gonna win, about how Oscar Isaac and the hug he gave him was the only Oscar he's ever gonna get. It got pretty serious. Although the memes are still gonna keep coming, they're just gonna be different now. Leo used his speech as a platform to champion a cause that he is now very passionate and excited about, and that is climate change. He feels that is the single greatest threat facing us as a species as a whole. He says that it is 100% real and that we need to stop procrastinating and do something about it now, not just for us, but for our children's children, just for humans and all the species on this planet in general. It was a very passionate and moving speech from someone who has been denied for so long, especially after his last nomination for Wolf of Wall Street, when you could see him put his speech back in his pocket. It was so sad. One can only hope for bigger and better things from this amazing actor and budding philanthropist. Congratulations, Leo, you 100% deserve it, and the standing ovation that the entire audience gave him.
So last night was arguably the most coveted night in Hollywood. The Oscars. It was filled with all the A-list celebrities that you would expect, and a ton of boring moments that you probably also should have expected if you're a regular watcher of the show. But honestly, I don't want to throw shade because I actually love watching the Oscars. As an aspiring actress myself, I love to listen to the speeches and get a better understanding of the biz. But like any big award show these days, there were some moments that got people angry with the Academy. So one of the biggest moments of the night that has people up in arms is when Luke Perry and Cameron Boyce were left out of the 2020 Oscars in memoriam segment. This was even more shocking because Luke Perry, best known at the time of his death for his character on Riverdale, was actually featured in one of the nominees for Best Picture, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He played Wayne Maunder in the film, and although it was a smaller role, Perry did still share a scene with the movie's lead, Leonardo DiCaprio, and was even listed on the SAG nomination for Best Ensemble. So here I really can't understand why he was left out. One of the executive producers of the show, Bruce Davis, did an interview with the Washington Post back in 2001 that can help shed a little light on the decision. He said, quote, "If a person's career has been primarily in television or live theater, we say we're gonna let that person go and assume that the Tony people or the Emmy people will pick that up." So essentially he's saying that the Oscars is reserved for cast and crew more intertwined in the film industry, and both of these men are better well known for their television than film careers. Especially for Boyce, since the former Disney Channel star had a very successful career in television spanning more than 10 years, but only appeared in about 5 films, with 6th on its way currently in post-production called Runt. But this doesn't explain Perry's omission, as of course he was very well known for his roles on 90210 and Riverdale. He also starred in a whopping 36 movies, including Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that I mentioned earlier. The situation was made even worse when fans noticed that Boyce and Perry were also left out of the Oscars online list, which is longer than the list that's put on air for time constraints. At the current time, nobody from the Oscars has come out and made a statement about it, but considering all the backlash the decision has garnered on social media, I would assume the Academy would do something within the next few days to address the situation. But to lighten things up a little bit, I wanted to fill you in on some of the other standout moments at last night's Oscars. One thing that's been blowing up online is Billie Eilish's reaction to Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph's breaking out into song during their comedy bit. To be honest, I thought the lady sounded pretty damn good, but I was shocked when Billie looked very unimpressed. However, tons of fans online are defending her by saying that she was most likely just responding to the fact that she was being shown on camera during the performance, in more of a question type way, like, why are they showing me right now, kind of thing. And of course, Twitter memed the heck out of this like they always do. This one's my favorite though. Me remembering tomorrow is Monday. That was me 100% yesterday. Another thing that was just a cute, heartwarming moment was when Timothée Chalamet photobombed Margot Robbie and they got this adorable shot together. Oh my god, I love them so much. And if you were excited to see Eminem finally perform Lose Yourself after the song won in 2003 for Best Original Song for the movie 8 Mile, Martin Scorsese did not feel the same way as they showed him literally sleeping during the performance. Guess I'm not the only person who thought this show was kind of boring. Also, Natalie Portman showed up again as the feminist icon that she is by wearing a cape over her dress with all the names of female directors that were snubbed on it this year, as not one single woman was nominated. I freaking hate that, but love that for her. Love how she does stuff like that all the time. Then Julia Butters was already the cutest person on the carpet, but got even more adorable when she showed everyone that she brought her own sandwich to the show, as she said she doesn't like the food. Honestly, like, we just don't deserve her. She is so adorable, and her performance in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like, she's just so amazing. She's like better than I will ever be, literally. And lastly, Parasite won the coveted Best Picture spot and Best Director award. And the whole cast, even the interpreter, won over everyone's hearts with how wholesome and proud they all were. And they deserve to be, as the film is the first non-English film to ever win Best Picture. And the crowd showed their love when, in an attempt to cut their speech short, the Academy put down the stage lights and started to shine it on Jane Fonda. But Tom Hanks and Charlize Theron fought back by cheering up, up, up to signal they wanted to hear the rest. And because of them, the Academy let them finish, which is just so cute. We always love people helping each other and lifting them up. And as you might have heard, the show did not have a host, which a lot of people blame for the fact that the show felt unhinged at times, but then painfully boring at others. I hope after this year they get a host for the next one. My vote's for Ricky Gervais. He just killed it at the Golden Globes.
After Rami Malek won his first Oscar for Best Actor in a Leading Role, he fell off the stage and landed flat on his face. If that's not the most relatable thing I've ever heard, I don't know what is. 37-year-old Rami Malek won Best Actor for his role as Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody. Definitely deserved. He literally was Freddie Mercury. Malek was overcome with emotion and delivered an amazing, inspiring acceptance speech. But most people didn't know that after his win, Rami Malek fell off the stage, landed on his face, and had to be treated by paramedics. Oscar producers quickly cut to commercial as Rami Malek was making his way back to his seat, but people in the audience were taken aback by a loud thud. There's actually a video of Rami Malek falling on Twitter. Thankfully, the fall wasn't televised, but there were plenty of photographers who caught the moment. No one really knows what caused the fall or if Rami Malek was hurt badly. He was helped back onto his feet by several people around him, and he was attended to immediately by paramedics and security while in his seat. They then took him backstage. It's a good thing that Oscar statues aren't made of glass, because otherwise it's likely that his would have broken from the fall. I don't think Rami Malek was too bummed out about the fall though. Sure, he was a little embarrassed, but Bohemian Rhapsody raked in 4 awards, making it the most awarded movie of the year. It also won for Best Film Editing, Best Sound Editing, and Best Sound Mixing. Oh yeah, and was anybody else's mind blown by Queen opening the ceremony? That was unreal, dude. Rami Malek also became the first Best Actor winner of Arab Heritage. So Rami isn't the first person to fall at the Oscars. It happened a couple times before. Jennifer Lawrence famously tripped up the stairs while accepting her Oscar back in 2012. Jennifer Garner also slipped on the stage when she was presenting an award. So it's not unheard of. That stage is slippery, what can we say? Some other Oscar highlights include Alfonso Cuarón winning Best Director for Roma, Best Actress going to Olivia Colman for The Favorite, Best Screenplay to Spike Lee for BlacKkKlansman, and Best Picture going to Green Book. I also low-key heard that Spike Lee was seriously salty after BlacKkKlansman didn't win Best Picture. I'm talking visibly upset, and he actually tried to leave the ceremony after Green Book won. He was stopped at the doors and forced to return to his seat after the speeches ended. When speaking to Vanity Fair reporters about Green Book winning Best Picture at the Oscars after party, he said, "Are you British? Let me give you a British answer. It wasn't my cup of tea."
Kevin Hart has quit his hosting gig at the Oscars amid a controversy. Now, we've only known about him hosting since Tuesday, so that was really short-lived. So, we all know Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is a comedian, musician, actor and producer, and most recently he has been known for his hosting work. Before being announced as the host of the 91st Academy Awards in late 2018, he had spoken about wanting to present the awards ceremony, calling it the opportunity of a lifetime. Now, that opportunity did come knocking, but it was very short-lived as old tweets from Hart surfaced and they didn't paint the 39-year-old funny man in a very good light at all. It seems that the performer had tweeted a slew of offensive statements between 2009 and 2011 prior to the height of his fame. Some of the tweets have now been deleted, but the good old Daily Mail has your back. They've got screenshots. You gotta keep those receipts. One of them said, "Yo, if my son comes home and tries to play with my daughter's doll's house, I'm gonna break it over his head and say in my voice, 'Stop, that's gay.'" In 2010, he was also quoted saying that one of his biggest fears is his son growing up gay. The tweets outraged many people, and I totally understand. A lot of people out there were rushing to call the entertainer homophobic. BuzzFeed's senior film reporter Adam B. Vary did some investigation and went on a deep dive of Hart's old tweets. He wrote, "I did a search for every time Kevin Hart tweeted homo or gay. It was a lot." And he seems to have basically stopped tweeting those words after 2011, i.e. the year his first stand-up movie came out. Following the re-emergence of his old tweets, Hart decided to step down from the Oscars. He tweeted out saying, "I have made the choice to step down from hosting this year's Oscars. This is because I do not want to be a distraction on a night that should be celebrated by so many amazing talented artists. I sincerely apologize to the LGBTQ community for my insensitive words from my past. I'm sorry that I hurt people. I'm evolving and I want to continue to do so. My goal is to bring people together, not tear us apart. Much love and appreciation to the Academy. I hope we can meet again." Now, Hart is currently performing on tour in Sydney and soon took to tweeting pictures of his crowd. Things haven't actually been so great for entertainment's golden boy in the past couple of years. Now, the uproar comes almost exactly a year after his cheating scandal. Last year he admitted he cheated on his wife, Aniko Parrish, who he married in 2016. Their son was born in late November 2017, and it seems that he admitted to cheating on her while she was pregnant, which upset a lot of his fans, not least his wife. Honestly, if someone cheated on me while I was pregnant, I don't know how I could forgive them, so, good on her for trying to get through it. The pair have stuck it out, and Hart called cheating on her the dumbest moment of his life. I guess now he has a few instances to choose from. From Hart's tweets, it seems like he is still hopeful that he will be able to host the Oscars in the future, but who knows what kind of lasting impact the second scandal will have on his career.